This week in Warcraft we had the second week of Battle for Azeroth with little lag and a lot of hotfixes. We also had the first developer Q&A answering some burning questions, and the Warbringers short for Azshara was released at Gamescom. Today is August 25th, 2018. I'm Mezzy and welcome to WoW Weekly News Edition, Episode 2. Welcome to WoW Weekly News Edition. As you can see, I have to start with mentioning that the quality of the green screen stuff around the edges isn't that great. I'm still working on trying to get that solved, looking at lighting options, but that's going to take some time as well. So for the next few weeks, this won't be perfect. I hope you'll bear with me, but let's get right into it, shall we? So we had the second week of Battle for Azeroth this week, and along with it came a lot of hotfixes. Some of the highlights include buffs to feral druids, changes to Azerite powers as well as restrictions, and the reputation gains for the wanted quests on your opposing faction's island. If you already completed the quests before, they'll now be reset and you'll actually be able to do them again to earn the reputation you didn't earn before. The first Battle for Azeroth Q&A was held on Thursday with game director Ian Hazacostas, and one of the things that came up was player scaling and the world scaling. Now you might have noticed that during questing, while you get gear, the environment also gets stronger. Now this is working as intended. Ian came out to say that this is the way it's worked for the past 15 months. As you gain gear, as you gain power, the environment will grow as well, but at a much slower pace than you do. Listen here to what Ian had to say about that.
Some actual numbers. If you hit max level at eye level 280, which is pretty typical, 280, 285, after a couple of weeks, you've done some heroic dungeons, you've done some mythic dungeons, your eye level is like in the 330, 340 range, you're probably 60, 70% stronger than you were when you first hit max level. You're going to have tens of thousands more health, and instead of hitting for 5,000, you're going to be hitting for 7,000, 8,000. From that whole gain, mobs might gain an extra 7,000, 8,000 health. They might gain 15% health from all of that. You're getting 60% stronger. The mobs are scaling at a much slower rate compared to that. You are and should be getting stronger.
Yeah, they're like 15 to 20% stronger at that point.
Exactly. And I think, and just to be clear, philosophically, completely recognize progression is a core part of RPGs in general. It's a core part of World of Warcraft. The goal isn't that, hey, this world quest that took you 5 minutes to complete the day you hit 120 still takes you 5 minutes to complete weeks later. It's going to be a fraction of that time in the long run, and that's completely by design.
Another subject that came up during the Q&A was the fact that Azerite armor isn't tradable, and that kind of sucks. Well, Blizzard agrees with that, and starting at the weekly reset, you will be able to trade your Azerite gear adhering to the usual loot rules. So that means if you have an item of that slot, at least equal to that item level, you will be able to trade it. In addition to that, starting on Wednesday or Tuesday in the US, the catch-up mechanic for artifact power will start as well. So that means you will need less artifact power to gear up, or rather, level up your Heart of Azeroth. Lastly, for the Q&A, island expeditions were questioned, asking when should you stop doing them. Well, in general, the rule of thumb is to just do your weekly quest and then leave it at that. They are still the best way to gain artifact power though, so you can always continue to do them just for that. Gamescom was in Germany this week, and with it they premiered the Warbringers short for Queen Azshara. It's an origin story of how she became a Naga, and we also get our first glimpse at Azeroth, the fourth old god that has been foreshadowed since Cataclysm. And finally, WoW Weekly has started to release Mythic Dungeon guides. These guides details the changes between normal and Mythic Dungeons. So be sure to check them out, and if you find them useful, share them with your friends. And that was this week in Warcraft. If you liked this video, please like, comment and subscribe. And be sure to click on the bell so you'll be notified on YouTube when a new video comes out. In addition to that, be sure to follow WoW Weekly on Twitter and Facebook so that you'll also be notified of more World of Warcraft news, because this is just a summary of the week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.